Shit. Time.
5:58.
As Bowser made the decision, he did one thing he wanted to do. He looked Mario in the eyes and he grabbed him by the hands and he said, "I'm sorry, I can't." Mario went straight to his knees, tears dropping down to his eyes and eyes down to his knees. Mario knew what he had to do. Bowser already had this tux specifically created for him for this wedding. It had a green flower on his left coat. He knew what he wanted for. He walked in. As he walked in alone, because he didn't need nobody, he walked into the veil alone. There, in a perfect dress, it was Luigi. Luigi was there. He had a veil over his head, or whatever they're called, or like the thingamajig, a cloth. And then at that moment, Bowser also had a cloth over his head. It was over his top hat. It was kind of like how they were first married from the Pipply people. Who's in the crowds? All the Goombas, all the Toads. Princess Peach is in there for some reason. Why is she in there? She's the officiator. And then Princess Peach goes, "Do you do, Luigi?" And Luigi goes, "I do." And then she looks at Bowser and goes, "Bowser, do you do?" Bowser goes, "I do." And then they make out with each other on the spot. And then they get married. Future 803 writer over here. Yeah.
It's 6 p.m.
It is. Well. Oh, wait. 230. 297, 298. Well, it's 6 o'clock. I'd like to thank everyone for being here. There's a lot of things I want to say. The one thing I want to say is that this will not be taking the entire hour. As we all know, if any of you came to the 6 o'clock appointment yesterday where I talked about the event rules and Filibuster's understanding, don't worry, you weren't supposed to. Basically, I talked about how the longest filibuster went on for 24 hours and 18 minutes. This filibuster is going to be going on for about 24 hours and 20 minutes, which should just so happen to be we'll probably follow that clock because that's more accurate, at the 20-minute mark or anything really over 18 because that's sort of what we were going for. There's a lot of happy moments I want to say in this. I want to thank a few people. I want to thank my computer for not dying and ruining the live stream. I want to thank YouTube, maybe for uploading this video afterward, hopefully. Everyone who's been in the chat and watching along. For some reason, my entire family has been there. Even my grandpa, both my grandpas, my grandma, every single aunt I've ever had, and 3 uncles. And my mom, my sister, my dad. My dad, who spelled "you're wrong" twice. It's truly been an emotional journey. All the friends are in there. My best friend, some other friends as well that have been throughout my entire career. I would like to thank this podium for always being here to make me look professional. I'd like to thank all the food and drinks I've eaten. I'd like to thank the Monster energy drink that I didn't even get halfway through. I drank 3 bottles of water. I have never peed more in my life in the past 24 hours than I have now. I'd like to thank all these fantastic works. I'd like to submit everyone who's ever submitted an answer. Apparently, after these 2, that'll be 298 different comments that I had to have answered, either through off-topic or on-topic. Housing for getting me this timer that actually didn't go up to 10 hours, so you had to reset it every so often. I'd like to thank the Ideas Committee for doing that. I'd like to thank Isabel for being my homie, for being my yielder and taking over, and also making me tea, which I didn't know existed before now. A lot of people, I think. Rachel for actually allowing this to happen. I personally would like to thank my mom because she's the one who gave this idea. Even though she did not want to, she thought this was a stupid idea, and I didn't tell her about this until 2 weeks ago. Thank you, everyone, for coming officially. I think this is probably my most hosted event yet. I think it was really fun. I'd like to thank my vocal cords for not absolutely snapping. I'm surprised I'm not going to be talking for the next week, so do not expect anything from me. I will be silent, or I probably will cry due to how bad I'm straining it right now. I'd like to thank my lungs for not collapsing. That's a great thing I want to be thankful for. What would I like to thank to my inspiration? My inspiration was kind of bad. The inspiration for doing this was some guy who opposed the civil rights bill, technically. So screw him, I guess. I'm doing it better than him, is what I kind of think in this scenario. So You can suck on that. Strom, third board. Another question. What are you most excited about when all this is over? I'm excited to think about it. I think my body has so much adrenaline in it for some reason that I'm not going to bed until tonight. And when I do go to bed, you will not see me until Monday morning. I will be sleeping a very long time. After this, I'll probably be awake for about 30 hours now, which is a fun little experiment. So I'm pretty happy about this whole million. I'm excited about all the experiences. If you ever want to watch all this on YouTube, be my guest. There's links everywhere. You can record it. You can download it. I don't care. I don't think I said anything controversial. I think this was a great event. I think it's proving my human limits. I didn't think after the 8-hour watching paint dry that I actually would have gotten this far in life. Turns out this was my human limit. Never ask me to do anything more than 24 hours. I will break down. If any of you beat my record, I will break down again. I'll give you a heat warning. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I accidentally made the mistake of thinking that I shouldn't be sitting. I stood for 8 hours, or like 6 to 8 hours. Worst pain of my entire life. Thank you to this chair. Thank you to this blanket that actually kept me warm. Thank you to that Webster dictionary that I used as a time buster during the filibuster. Thank you to the questionnaires. Anyone who wanted questionnaires. A lot of fun around here. Hi, Camden. Thank you. What was the most unexpected part about being in the lobby for 24 hours? I would say the most expected part is that people were here for the most. I don't think there was ever a moment in which someone wasn't in the lobby for a solid more than 30 seconds. There were people always in here. Someone woke up at 3 a.m. to go watch FNAF lore, and I will say that is the most damn dedicated person I will ever see in my life. Because shout out to you over there. I'll be damned if I say I did not get that lore right the correct time, and I needed help with that. I'd like to shout out the people who went to the stuff that really did not matter. Who's been here the longest besides you? I'd like to thank the one and only. You've been someone who's very inspirational here. I don't actually know what composed you to sit here for this long. Personally, I would just think you're stalking me, but since this is an event, I gotta say, I'm proud of you. Thank you for filling in for some of my yielding time. You are truly an inspiration to the masses. I like to thank, for some reason, everyone who's ever put in a comment that had to do with my Noir bit and Wizarding bit. This is exactly how I do these things. Thank you, everyone who laughed at any of my jokes. To all those who didn't laugh at any of my jokes. Hey. I'd like to thank those who got me food throughout the time. Maya and Kenzie, you two brought me food. I ate half of it. I'm still thankful for it. I'd like to thank my friend Billy, who brought me 2 bananas. Those were really delicious. I'd like to thank my sister, who brought me McDonald's. I'd like to thank myself. As much as it's egotistical, I did come up with all the topics, so I thought that was kind of cool. That actually might not be true. What would you have changed about what you decided to wear for 24 hours? Well, it didn't really care about wear. What I would have changed is that if I really knew that I wore my shirt inside out for the first 12 hours, I wish I knew. And nobody told me until after it was that long. And then I was super embarrassed. And then I had to go on with my day. And then it was the worst time ever. I like to thank anyone who kind of walked in and went, this is weird, pointed and laughed and then sat down. I felt as if there were some people with immense fashion in the front that were like extremely taking notes and judging me. Shout out to whoever those people are. Not a question. You look so tired. Not at all. I'm as alive as a man can be. I think, at least. If I break down in the hallway, it's okay. It's a natural process. I already read that one. The Smart Water is proud of you. I'd like to thank Smart Water. This is not a sponsorship at all. I'd like to thank all the fan fiction writers, especially the ones who wrote in 2011 about their self-inserts about One Direction. They're the true inspirations. I'd like to compliment on them. I'd like to thank 101 jokes that gave you the worst jokes of all time that I really did not care about at all. I'd like to thank the Muppets for allowing me to beat them up relentlessly. And I'd like to thank every ancient empire for allowing me to behold in their ancient medieval torture in order to fully get in. I'd like to thank the Elder Council for once in their lives for allowing me to talk to them without being sentenced to death. It has been a great experience. I'm glad I could be cast in the wizarding world once again. How much time do I have left? Damn.
Oh.
12 more minutes. Yes, Ryan.
If you could get this sponsored by anyone, who would it be sponsored by?
Someone rich. Probably a massage chair. But like a standing massage chair so that I could look professional as it like cracks my back multiple ways. Yes.
After the Luigi Bowser marriage fan fiction, I gotta know who your OTP is.
What?
One true pairing.
What true parent?
One true pairing.
Pairing, like a ship.
Like
Oh. Hero Brian and Steve.
Yes.
The brothers. No, that's not.
I'd like to thank everyone in the chat. Yep, that's my whole extended family. Great to see you all here. It's like a whole family reunion. Yes, Rachel.
Was your family here for 24 hours?
I feel like a lot of them were. I don't know why. My sister was here at 4 a.m. It was really a surreal experience, and I don't know why she was awake. That kind of sucks on her. Yes, Maya in the back.
Are you embarrassed about anything you said in front of your family?
I can't say that a self-insert One Direction fan fiction is something I'd want to tell my, it's something I would have publicly shared. However, I did give them the warning 3 hours ago that they should not watch. So that's on them if they watched it. Yeah. Any more random questions before I have to resort to improv? Yes.
You ever been sold to One Direction?
I've never been sold to One Direction before today. Yes, Will.
For all of us that missed it, would you give a summary of the Muppets you could beat in a fight?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to find the sheet.
Oh.
Most of them.
Somewhere.
So, Beaker, Bunsen, Dable Hasselhog Muppet, Fozzie, French Bread, Gonzo, Gary, the Muppet version, Jimmy Shoo, Kermit and Piggy's Offspring, Kermit the Frog, Zoo Zealand, Zoot, Statler and Waldorf, The Snopes, Scooter, Sam the Eagle, Rolf, Pepe, Walter, the little guy, Rizzo the Rat, the Queen, the Newsman, and Miss Piggy. I could all be in a fight.
Which ones couldn't you beat in a fight?
Uncle Deadly, the giant man-eating chicken, Constantine, an alligator, and Camilla the chicken, and Granny the gouger, and Beauregard. Yes.
Respectfully, this piggy would destroy.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
Whoa!
whoa.
For the conversation,
That
though.
was crazy.
It was so funny.
Listen, once this YouTube video drops, you'll be able to watch the whole thing. Oh, did it already go? You'll be able to watch the whole thing. I described how I would win. Yeah, Aiden again, I guess.
I missed the D&D section. If you had to self-insert into a TTRPG, what would your stats be?
High charisma, low intelligence, maybe somewhat decent wisdom. No, wait, low wisdom, maybe high intelligence, low constitution, high dexterity, low strength. Yes, Will.
I feel like I need to hear about some more Muppets. I want to hear about Jack and Animal.
I could not be Animal, and I don't know who Jack is.
Jack, not named Jack Job from the Muppet movie. Yeah.
Yes, my.
Okay, when you're done, are you gonna eat or go to bed?
I'm gonna pack up. I should play closing time as my final get. Oh, you know what? I actually do have a radio.
Oh, yes.
We could play closing time so that it's more emotional, as most people do. Yes,
About the Muppets, Statler and Waldorf, how much mercy would you show them?
little, as little as possible. Yes, Eddie.
What was your favorite bit? Like, say
section?
My favorite bit was talking like a wizard for an hour. I have never felt more experienced, and I lost the hat. Okay, I've never felt more experienced to be a wizard in my entire life, because being a wizard is one of the most expressive experiences I could have. Because personally, I'd kick every other wizard's hat. Yes, you.
What was the favorite game? I missed that part.
My favorite game?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like
It's
the best video game of all time.
Stardew Valley. Next question.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
How's John?
Dead.
Cool.
I know my presence.
When did John die?
Yeah.
A time.
What hour mark
Is it
did he die
the
at?
Detective one.
Oh yeah, that was during the detective one. When was that?
It was like midnight.
Ryan, yes.
Best pizza chain.
Best pizza chain? Ooh. I think my heart has to be with Pizza Hut. I'm a dedicated man. I am loyalty, man. Please don't look behind this podium, because there's not Pizza Hut behind this podium. Yes, Will.
Does history suck?
History does not suck.
Oh.
You sound disappointing. Yes.
How's your kid with One Direction?
He's a little boy. He's growing up.
Did you name the kid after John?
Ooh. Name change. Yes, Rachel.
Are there any questions in the on-topic basket?
I should probably look at these guys. Last question. I'll look at these.
What did happen to all those ping pong balls?
We will never know.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
There was a joke about ping pong balls. They died too soon.
Yeah, you'll have to ask Gavin about that.
When this is over, will you crowd surf? If the crowd lets. I can only hope that no one drops me, but I don't know how much I trust the world.
Real.
Can I take a photo of you with everyone here to memorialize the incredible thing you've done? Sure, Rachel. You can. But what a journey this has been as we get into our final 3 minutes. Well, yeah, actually just 3 minutes until the 18 mark, and we've completely finished this sort of world record. I will definitely say this is one of the most extensive RA events I have ever done in my life. This is something that I cannot believe that I even came up with, because I didn't. But it's something that I can't even believe I actually decided to go through. I can definitely say I almost gave up during the 5:30 to 7 o'clock a.m. However, I think it's all you can know. What motivated me most at 7 a.m. was my utter hatred for Spectrum Internet. That got me fueled. And there is nothing that fuels me more than my rage, the hate of the Internet of the Spectrum. I will see a car, I'll slash tires. Now let's go on to the real topics. Let's talk about the friendships we made along the way and the support that we've had. This is something that we can cherish. All the moments we talked about, all the people we've met, all the people that have been support, and not only, it's just been one of the greatest events I have ever done in my life. I do not think my eyes are even like getting shut because I'm just so pumped on how much this is. I think I'm getting like divine RA blessing from like Deb or something, and it's just like it's an amazing experience. I honestly, actually, it might just be this podium that's giving me fuel to live this life. I'd like to thank those who actually did the bingo, which was weird, but it had a bingo around all about what I said and what I did. Luckily, no one had the instant win of me throwing up. I'd like to say in your face to all my aunts and uncles who said I would not last past 16 hours, and anyone else who doubted me. That's right. I lasted 24 hours.
One more minute.
Damn it. That was long enough.
We can just
Same
start.
closing time.
Closing.
We finally got him to sing.
It happened.
Sound bingo?
We should ask him to sing.
Karaoke for closing time.
Closing time. Open up all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time. Turn off all the lights over every boy and every girl. Closing time. One last call for alcohol and... Oh, hey, it's cool. We did it. There you go.
Looking to 19 to pass.
I think you gotta be strong.
You got it.
You're almost there.
So finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can stay here. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. Closing time. Time for you to go out to the places you will be from. Closing time. This room. Okay.
Did it.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming to my event. Thank you all for stopping in. It's been a pleasure having you all here. I'll see you all on the other side.
Yay.
Peace out.
If anyone wants a
Bye, guys.
picture with Camden, I'm gonna take a picture of Camden by the podium.
Thank you all. What a fun event. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. Bye, Henry. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you so much for
I
coming in.
wrote that. I forgot about that.
How long were you out here? 22. I slept
How do I-
between the hours of 5 and 7 because I fell
How do I
asleep
stop
to
this?
Isabel reading Shakespeare and Camden woke up to